So how are you doing on your New Year's resolution so far? Well, wait a minute, there's hope. Now, the reason for that is that Old Russian New Year is actually celebrated on January 14th, so you can recharge it then. And if you missed that, well then Chinese New Year comes up on February 12th, so you can try once more. So it gives me 3 times to ruin it. So anyway. But today is a great feast of the Epiphany. And we have the Magi coming, searching for the child. And the Magi, the story of the Magi, has been analyzed by Bible experts for a long time. And it was probably stories, some stories that people talk about the Apostle Thomas visiting and evangelizing India. And if you remember when Father Jacob and Father John were here, for them, the Apostle Thomas did visit India and evangelize that southern part of India. And so in some of the writings that were ascribed to the life of Thomas, they talk about a king from India visiting the child. And I suppose it was almost 500 years after his death that these stories were still evolving. So it went from the Bible talking about Magi from the East to kings. And some cultures has 3 kings, some there's 12. And many cultures have celebrations on January 6th. The Latins have the 3 Kings Day. And there's other cultural ceremonies that are kept that day. But one thing I really want to make clear is that the Magi is not a myth. They were real people and a very, very big part of our church history. And they teach us several lessons. First lesson I think they teach us is that they anchor Jesus. They put Jesus in a human drama. Here they're meeting with King Herod, and King Herod trying to conspire so that he can go and execute this king for his jealousy. Although he tried to fool them by saying, I want to go and do him homage too. But the Magi have a dream, and they're told to return to their country by a different way. How much more dramatic do you want than that? Point is that they're real people, real time. The second lesson that they teach us is that they are wise men. Some say astronomers. Certainly learned men. They had credentials. And what it teaches us is that human wisdom, when approached with an open mind, it can lead to Jesus, as it did in this case. Magi humbled themselves before Jesus. They gave honor to Jesus. Learned men, learned people, we don't know men or women, learned people, homage to Jesus. I think the third lesson would be the Magi were not Jews. Jesus came to the Jews on Christmas. The Messiah was sent to the chosen people of God. Magi were not Jewish people. They were Gentiles. So effectively, Jesus comes to the whole world, and that includes us. Jesus is presented to us, the Savior of the world. The next lesson is that the Magi came from the east. The east is where the sun rises. Magi came from where the sun rises. And we look at the dawn of every day as being a new beginning, a restart, a recharge. And here's Jesus, the Messiah, to bring the new Jerusalem, to bring the new law, not to change the old law, but to bring something new, to bring his salvation to us. From the east come the Magi. And the last lesson I think we should take here is that it is not the star that determines the child's destiny. It is the child who moves the star. God is in charge of the stars. And it is God who sets the star. And this child is God. The star didn't direct the child. The child directs the star. And so, on this day, we may remember some of the names of the Magi. Caspar, Melchior, Baldassar, whatever their names were. I say, welcome, Magi, to this confused and struggling and suffering age. We need you.